In today's therapy session, an HO-scale Canadian National passenger steam train will rumble through the upper Barnstable Valley. And in the lower valley, on the S-gauge track, a flyer Hudson is trying to tell me something. But first, a momentous occasion. The first weekly scheduled 00 scale Royal Mail service from the United Kingdom to Port Grace on the west coast of Canada by way of the space-time continuum. The new service will reduce postage and shipping costs to Canada from this day forward. That's particularly good news if you buy stuff from Rails of Sheffield. For Simon, the bad-tempered train driver, this was just another day ripped from his life driving a hot, steamy locomotive.
This is Great Western, scheduled 2:45 p.m. I'm there on station. Got your first Royal Mail delivery here. Well, hello there, me boy. Station Master Ted here. Welcome to Port Grace, city of everlasting naivete, and home of the famous Blinken Temple pub. Over?
Simon was unmoved by Ted's cheerful greeting.
They're all kind of an outfit you running here, mate. Where's your blading signals? Well, we prefer chatting on the miracle of miracles that is radio here in Port Grace. Over? Well, I prefer having you lot get your bleeding mail so I can get home in time for me tea. But you're on the wrong track, me boy. You gotta head west, veer south at the curve, past St. Bedivia's abandoned smokehouse, and then get clear of the switch. Then you back up onto the inside track and forward your Great Western Hiney back station side for the receiving of the mail ceremony. Over? Bloody hell!
Turns out there was no receiving the mail ceremony. The delivery included 2 letters, a small parcel containing a dozen fresh Cornish pasties, and an Irish setter that had wandered onto the train and wasn't carrying sufficient postage. Unfortunately, nothing from Rails of Sheffield. Then Simon the Bad-Tempered was advised that he needed to turn his steamer around before taking the Royal Mail car home, because it's impossible to back into the space-time continuum.
Bloody hell!
It took several strong men and the Irish setter to turn the loco around. When done, Simon the Bad-Tempered loco driver cuddled the puppy and headed back through the space-time continuum, where he had some rather unkind things to say about my layout. So here we are. I put the 322 Flyer Hudson on the track. I apply a fair bit of throttle, but you wouldn't know it to look at it. It looks like I'm just like at 20% or something, but still, it's moving, it's doing its job, and continues to do so. Looks pretty good until it doesn't. Yeah, full stop. And that's not very good. It's a nice shot, though, you got to admit. That's a lovely, lovely loco and a pretty nice consist behind it. The only fly in the ointment is when we look at the throttle, we see it's at full tilt on the old Lionel brick there, and, well, that won't do. So let's take it over to the bench, have a look underside. Pickup wheels are fine, it looks like. The pickups themselves are a bit grimy. I think we'll have to clean those. The rest of the train looks like playwear. When I take the gear protector plate off, though, I see that there's a little bit of old grease on the plate itself and in the gear. I've seen worse. Also seen worse on the commutator. It's got a lot of crap on it that needs to be cleaned, and definitely, the worm gear needs cleaning. But I have seen much worse than that. I did clean it, 3 Q-tips and a paper towel later, and we have a nice clean commutator, a nice clean worm gear, and I did clean the other areas underside as well. That is the smoke unit cylinder that was cracked, put a little crazy glue on it to reconnect it, and then repositioned it in the boiler there. So let's give it another shot. Let's see. Little throttle. Yeah, it's doing better. That's kind of what I wanted to see. We're moving quite nicely. Of course, we didn't start off too badly the first time around. Let's see what happens when we round the bend. There we go. Yep, I think we're good.